Instagram is very important for artists who are trying to show their work to the world.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the third episode of Student Means Study is No More, rather it's Learning. So for this third episode, we have a guest named Sarah Xavier. She's a student and an artist. So let's see her artistic journey and let's get inspired.
Hello, I'm Sarah Xavier. I'm an artist, a 17-year-old artist from Bangalore, and my passion is graphic design. So I started off when I was pretty young, but then I don't know, it was just like a hobby as a kid. But then later on, I stopped it because I was interested in football, and I didn't really see myself going anywhere in the like in the field of art. So I stopped it, and then soon I realized that maybe I do like this field. So I started it off again, and then I practiced a little more. I was pretty bad in the beginning because I had no idea what I was doing, and then I slowly started off with like sketching and stuff. But again, it wasn't the best work. But I think like a big turn in my life was when I started digital. I was able to do like a lot more than I expected. It was so much more powerful than what I could do on paper. And I remember just jumping to digital without really like learning the basics, which now is a pain for me because I have to go back to the basics. But I think it was like the best thing I ever did was start digital work. Because whatever my thoughts were, which were weird thoughts and dreams I have, I was able to get it on to something I could actually see through digital work. I don't think I had like this spark or whatever that told me like, okay, digital is for you. It was just the fact that I was not able to continue with football because of my studies, and because of that, I had to take something that could I didn't have any other hobbies other than football at that point. So I had to start something that I thought was fun for me. So I was like, okay, I have to study, and now I have to take something up which is more doable for me. So I started drawing again, which was after like years of not touching it at all. So I started that. I was always interested in it, but I never really paid attention to it. So I started it again, and then I'm like, oh, this is nice. Maybe I do like it. So that's how it started. So for me, I was very interested in it. So before I even got myself a tablet, I taught myself how to use the entire software before even before I even owned one. So I made sure I saved up enough to get the proper one. So, and I think it was a good choice because when I got that, I was able to do so much more, and I skipped the whole process of waiting until I got a big tablet. So I remember just watching videos of people using tablet, and I would just look at them completely, trying to learn, getting every move what they're doing, and then I got myself a tablet finally. But of course, I skipped that one step. But then, if you're starting off, you should probably get us like just a pen tablet, which you look at the screen and do it. But I think what I did was get the display itself, which was helpful for me because I was able to do a lot more in the beginning itself, and I was able to experiment a lot more, and my details were getting better every time. So for me, I think that was a good decision. For graphic design, not really. Actually, no one's taught me anything. Like I said before, I kind of jumped to the very, I don't know, I never did the basics properly. So I jumped to digital art and I just experimented. I think that's the best way you could learn. And I got that by actually trying it out. So I didn't know how to draw. I was pathetic at it. So I took up a project, whatever was in my mind, I started doing it. Because when you're doing it digitally, say you have something in your mind, you're only able to do it with the specific features if that's there in the software. So say I needed to do something, I would learn on how to do that thing on the software. And I think that way I was able to learn the software as well as the drawing aspect of it. So I think finally after a year of doing digital, I started going to a class which taught me the basics of drawing. So that's helping me a lot now. I always had these weird ideas in my head, and I wasn't able to get it on paper or whatever I was using because I didn't have the knowledge of how to draw humans, which was a very big aspect of drawing for any artist, because you're able to bring out emotion and like you're able to bring out an entire stage just with humans because it's such a big part of the drawing. And I didn't know that at all because I was very bad at it. And all my drawings were very object oriented because I did not know any knowledge of drawing humans. But I think now slowly that I'm learning how to draw them, I'm able to bring all my thoughts onto a paper and I'm actually able to express what I want to. So that's very helpful with just a little practice every day. For me, success, it's not exactly on who's hired me to work for them or if I'm getting paid to do something. It's more of I'm able to achieve my personal goals, which is again drawing humans was a big part of I what made me sad because I wasn't able to achieve that. And now I think that I'm able to do that. Like even if it's not as good, I'm able to do a little of it. It makes me happy. But yeah, in that aspect, I think I'm very happy with that. But other than that, I was able to work with a few companies. Um, so I work with Aditya Birla, which because of my father, so he connected me with them, and I was able to work with them to make a few caricatures for this thing that they had. That's one of them. I was able to design a few podcasts, a cover for that. Right now, I'm working on an NFT project, which I think is going to be released in like 4 or 5 weeks, and I'm really excited for that because it's a very new thing for everyone, and I'm able to learn a lot more because of that. And the other thing is, I'm working with a startup company where they hire me to make an entire website for them and everything related to the design aspect. So I'm very excited for that. I mean, revenue again. I'm not earning as much. It also makes sense because I'm just a student and I don't really price my customers very high because I'm still learning and I don't know if pricing my work high will get me the work. Instead, I'll get more customers and I'll take them at a lower price. So, like small commissions, I'll get a little money and I'll be fine with that because I don't want to charge a lot right now because I'm still learning and I know that if I keep it lower, I'll get more customers. But yeah, maybe in the future I'll increase the thing. But for now, let's just keep it low. I think I take criticism pretty well because I know it's just going to help me in the future. Everyone, I mean, of course, my closest friends, if they don't like a part of my work, they'll tell me and I'll take it seriously and I'll improve that in the future. And my parents, when I'm drawing, they keep coming in my room and they tell me that if there's something wrong, they'll tell me. They'll they'll be brutal about it, but they'll tell me. But then sometimes when you're working on something for so long, you forget to see the small details. But it's good to see it from another person's perspective. So when other people tell me this might be too much or this is something missing, and I take the input and I make sure I add it to the work. But I guess criticism is something very important in the artist community because when you're working on something, you might fail to see what is missing in it, and someone else could really help bring out what's important to me. I'm not very great at managing time. But if I do, I know like if say a project really interests me, I'll prioritize that for the while and I'll finish it up quickly so that if I'm working on another project simultaneously and I know that will take less time than what I'm doing, I'll finish it up quickly and then I'll go for the next one. Finishing up my work early in the morning is something that I've seen to like really help me in the weeks where I have a lot of work to do. Okay, I know I need to prioritize what I'm doing, which is my work, which is me focusing on getting into a good design school. So I made sure to make that my priority. So I went ahead and I did NIOS, which is open schooling. I'm getting homeschooled. So that gives me a lot of time to like actually focus on the work that is more important for me, my career. And even though studies is very important, getting homeschooled takes away the weight off my shoulders of studies for a bit. And I know I have to study, so I get that done too. And when I have my exams, I'll make sure I'm ready for that. Something that I would use to clear my mind would just, I think the biggest thing is just listening to music or podcasts or just doing nothing for a while. That's happened so many times. Like I'll start a project pumped up doing, I want to do it properly, but then like halfway into it, I get bored of it because I get bored of things very quickly, and my mind just keeps getting diverted from it. But I've realized that I know that until I finish it, my mind won't be at peace. So I just push myself through and finish it. Put on a good podcast, put on some good music, and just get it over with. Even though it's hard, but then I know at the end I'll be happy with it because I know the end product will be worth it. When you know you've put in enough effort, you know the outcome will be good.
Amazing. We saw her success, her downfalls, her entire thought process, etc. So first of all, I would like to thank Sarah Xavier, first of all, for being to this and also letting us use your clips, use your artworks, and more importantly, share this wonderful journey. So I would like to thank you once again, and now you've become part of this series. So thank you once again, and also I'm really sure that some of you guys are really inspired in some other ways to do something what you love. So go do it, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.